Hi everyone. When I did the butterfly stitch tutorial, someone has asked me if I could do one for the dragonfly, and it's worked in the same principle, if you can see that there. It's just a matter of missing stitches and doing chains, and it gives this double wing effect with the centre body there. And I've put that just into a simple little square of trebles with a decorative crochet edging, and they do make nice little mats, but you can make so many things. You can do shawls and blankets, and there are some lovely patterns out there, free ones as well, for making lots of lovely things. So I shall just show you how to actually do that little dragonfly, and it's very easy to do. Now if you want to put it into the centre of a piece like I've done, you do need to have an odd number of stitches, because the first one for the body you just miss a stitch, so that needs to be sure that you're in the centre, so you need an odd number across there. I've done 19 stitches, and the whole thing is worked in UK terms. It's double crochet, treble and double treble. Now in US terms that is single crochet for our double crochet, and for our treble you call those a double crochet. It's very confusing, isn't it? And I think for our double treble you call them triple crochet, but just check that, because that one I'm not totally sure on. So it does get a little bit confusing, but there's just those 3 stitches, so I'm sure you'll be able to understand what's happening. So I've done just 2 rows to get started, and then 3 chains at the beginning, and I'm going to come back down the row to the centre stitch. So as I did 19 on the row, I shall do that first turning chain, and then 8 will bring me up to the centre. 2 more. So there we've come to the centre stitch on the row, and I shall just do 2 chain, and then I will miss that stitch and just continue on up to the end. I did put a chart on my little blog that tells you the conversion between UK terms and US terms, so if you did want to have a look at that, it's on www.pookydoodlecrafts.co.uk. Right, so I've come to the end, 3 chain to turn, and I shall come back this way, and I'm going to stop 3 stitches before that space to begin the next, or the first wing. So just working along that row. As I've said before, it is tricky to hold it to the camera, so I hope I don't keep going off screen. So there, you've just stopped 3 short, and I'm going to now do 3 chain, and then I'm going to do a double crochet down just into that space, and then 3 chain again, and then just continue along the other side after missing 3 stitches. Just continue along there. So we've come here, we've missed 3 stitches, done a stitch in there, a double crochet, and then missed 3 and carried on into that one. Turn and go back the other way, and this time we're going to stop 1 short, so I shall stop here so that we miss 1 stitch on this one. It'll just make that second wing a little bit longer than the other one, which is how dragonflies look. They do have their top wings a bit longer. So I shall stop there, and now I'm going to do 4 chain. Now into this centre stitch, and to do another double crochet. Now normally you would just go straight in there and do your double crochet. Now if you can see that, when you do that it does sort of offset it a little bit, and that's fine. If you can't find this little thread, then that's fine, but a neater way to finish it off is to try to get under that little stitch there. I don't know if you can see it very well. Pull the hook out and I'll try to point to it. Just there's a little thread at the back there, inside the hole, just to the right hand side, and if you can get under that, it just makes the body look a little bit neater. So I'm going to attempt to get in there. It's a little bit fiddly, but if you can get under there and do your stitch, and then 4 chain, and then miss 1 stitch over this side and continue back up to the end. And then we'll turn and go back the other way to finish off that top wing. And this time we'll go across all the stitches up to the wing. And when we get here to those chains, we'll do 4 stitches in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now because that dips down and sort of pulls the wings down into that shape, you need to now do your double treble or triple crochet in US terms there to bring it in line with those. So it's a simple stitch, it's twice round the hook. Again, if you can get just under that little thread, it'll pop it in the centre for you. So it's through there, through 2, through 2, through 2, and then again 4 on this side, through the chains, and then just 1 in each of the stitches on the other side. And there you can see you've got the dragonfly there. Finished. I'll just take the hook out, show it you from the right side. You can just ease out those trebles there just to finish off the top. If you can see what I mean here about that double treble there, just brings that up so that your top line is now nice and level from where it dipped here. And if you can see that centre stitch forms a nice V where you've managed to get behind the thread I mentioned. But if you can't, I wouldn't worry, because it does look still just as effective. If you can see that there, just need to ease those across a bit to fill in any gaps there, and then just do some more rows on the top until you get this, till you get the square effect really. Now when I did this one, I did wonder if that looked a bit lost in the middle there. It did look quite a small little dragonfly, and I wondered if I could make it bigger in any way. So I had a little go and I did it like that, and as you can see it has come out quite a bit bigger, if you can see that. And what I did was, on this row I actually missed 2 stitches and then did 4 chain over the gap. So you do need to work this one with an even number of stitches because you're missing 2 there. And then when I came back I stopped at 4 here and then did 2 double crochets in that centre space, then missed 4 that side, and then on this row I again only stopped 1, but you had to do 5 chain and then 2 treble for the body, 2 double crochet for the body, and then again 5 chain over here. And then when I came back on that top row I did 5 into the chain space and 2 double trebles in the top of that body. And it seemed to work okay, made it that little bit bigger. And it's always worth having a little play about. If you're just doing a small square like this, even if it goes wrong, it doesn't matter. You've not really wasted too much time, and everything you do, it's a learning curve, and it might work or it might not. So it's worth having a little go. So if you do try Dragonfly, I hope it works for you. I'd love to see or hear from you if it works or whatever you've made. And I shall see you on the next video, and happy crocheting.